Darkness clung to the crumbling facade of Blackwood Manor like a shroud. The once grand mansion, now shrouded in overgrown vines and whispered secrets, stood as a testament to time's relentless march. Blackwood Manor was more than just a dilapidated house. It was a relic of a bygone era, steeped in a rich history of grandeur and tragedy. The locals spoke of it in hushed tones, their voices laced with a mixture of fear and fascination. For years the mansion had stood empty, its windows like vacant eyes staring out at the world. Some whispered of strange occurrences, unexplained noises, flickering lights and fleeting shadows that seemed to dance in the periphery. Aryan Sharma, a young man burdened by the weight of his lineage, stood before the imposing gates of Blackwood Manor. As the last surviving member of the Sharma family, the manor had fallen to him as his inheritance. Despite the unsettling stories he had heard since childhood, Aryan felt an inexplicable pull towards the manor. It was as if the very walls of the house were calling to him, beckoning him to uncover the mysteries hidden within. He pushed open the creaking gates and stepped onto the overgrown path leading to the main entrance. The air grew heavy with the scent of decay, and the silence was broken only by the rustling of leaves. Aryan stepped across the threshold and into the darkened hallway. Dust motes danced in the faint rays of sunlight that pierced through the grimy windows. A musty odour, stale and oppressive, filled his nostrils. As he ventured deeper into the house, he noticed peculiar occurrences. Floorboards creaking beneath his feet, even though he was certain he was alone, and a faint, sweet scent of jasmine that seemed to follow him. One evening, as Aryan sat by the fireplace in the drawing room, he could have sworn he heard a whisper, soft and ethereal, pronounce his name. He turned abruptly, his heart pounding in his chest. But the room was empty. Section 4. The Unveiling. Days turned into sleepless nights as Aryan became increasingly haunted by the strange happenings within Blackwood Manor. He felt a constant presence lurking just beyond his perception, watching his every move. Driven by a mixture of fear and morbid curiosity, Aryan delved into the history of Blackwood Manor. He discovered a hidden room in the attic, its walls adorned with strange symbols and diagrams. He spent hours deciphering the cryptic messages, slowly piecing together the story of his ancestors. He learned of a forbidden love, a betrayal that shattered the family, and a dark pact made with an unknown entity. Section 5. A pact with the darkness. As Aryan uncovered the truth about his family's past, the supernatural activity in the manor intensified. The whispers grew louder, the shadows more defined. He realized with growing horror that he was not alone in the house. One night, as a storm raged outside, Aryan had a chilling encounter. A figure materialized before him, its features obscured by the dim light. It spoke to him in a voice that seemed to seep into his very bones, revealing the true nature of the pact made generations ago. The entity offered Aryan a choice. He could either embrace the darkness that had consumed his family for generations, or break the cycle, but at a terrible cost. Aryan, filled with a newfound resolve, stood his ground. He refused to be a prisoner of his family's past. In that moment of defiance, he made a choice that would seal his fate and determine the destiny of Blackwood Manor forever. The story ends, leaving the reader to imagine the choice Aryan made and the consequences that followed.